What's up, guys? Welcome to week 6, Stardom Situm. Sorry I didn't make it last week. Did some family stuff, but I'm back this week. Sorry it's so late. Got out of work late, had some shit to do. But it is getting late, so I'm just going to kind of run through this real quick. Nothing too extravagant here. First off, I like to say, go Cowboys. And for you, Kobe, we're going to fuck the Packers up this week. Alright, homie? Alright, let's get this shit started. Quarterbacks, stardom. This is a real tough one. Matt Ryan going into Seattle. However, he is the best quarterback in fantasy right now, and until he proves otherwise, it's hard to sit him. So we're gonna go with him this week. Same game. Start Russell Wilson. He had a slow start, but he has turned things around this year. Past couple of weeks, I don't even know what he's throwing for, but I know he's throwing for a lot. He's throwing for a lot of touchdowns. Seattle's offense has awoken. It is not the same shitty offense as the beginning of the year, so we'll start Russell Wilson. Colby is not going to like this, but start Dak against the Green Bay Packers. He's playing phenomenal this year. I think he's averaging about 20 points a game. He's not turning the ball over, and he's playing very well. Green Bay does have a good defense, but go with Dak this week. Big Ben. You can't sit him, not when you're putting up 45 points for the past 2 weeks. Matthew Stafford threw like 170 yards or something last week, but he did have 3 touchdowns against the Eagles. So look for him to play pretty well this week. Marcus Mariota going up against the Browns. Yeah, their defense is suspect. So he actually had a good game last week. So go ahead and start Mariota. We are going to sit Kirk Cousins against the Eagles. He had an abysmal performance last week with 12 points. Eli Manning, I don't like him against the Ravens. Andy Dalton, he ended up getting 22 points against the Cowboys in the second half. Most of his points came in. But look for the Patriots to hold him in check in Foxborough. That's a tough place to play. Tom Brady is back, and look for the Patriots to be on fire. So yeah, we're gonna sit him. Joe Flacco. They just fired their offensive coordinator, Mark Trestman, and promoted fucking, I don't know, some Hawkswork guy or something. I don't know, Hoshingwig. Yeah, they're going through changes on the offense. I would not start them this week. And Phillip Rivers, sit him. He's going up against a good Denver defense. We know Matt Ryan torched the Broncos this week, but I don't like Phillip Rivers. On to running backs. We're going to start Jordan Howard. Over the past 2 weeks, he has played very well filling in for Jeremy Langford. He scored over 100 points the past 2 weeks, scoring, I want to say, about 40 fantasy points. That's hard to sit. Jaguars, let's see here, have given up 2 of the past 3 contests. They've given up 18 points to Melvin Gordon and 15 points to Frank Gore. So I think Jordan Howard is a safe bet this week. Ezekiel Elliott. Packers. do have the best run defense in the league, averaging about 2 yards a tote given up. Um, but when you get a guy that's rushed for over 130 yards in 3 straight games, it's hard to sit him. Um, I don't think he might not get 130 yards, but I think he's going to get, say, about 80 yards, maybe a touchdown. So I think that's worth a start. Christine Michael, like I said, the Seattle offense has been playing better. He has scored 38 points the past 2 weeks before the bye, so I'd give him the start. C.J. Anderson, although he's not had a great year, I think he's only had like one great week. I look for him to bounce back against the Chargers, who have given up 25.4 fantasy points to opposing running backs. DeMarco Murray against the Browns. Go ahead and start him. He's actually outdone his performance this year. He's played very well. A lot better than I expected. And he's, I want to say, top 3 fantasy running back in the league right now. I want to say that Ezekiel Elliott has surpassed that. I'm not 100% on that, but DeMarco Murray is still a top 3 running back, fantasy-wise, and I'd start him. We're going to sit shitty Matt Jones. He had 15 or so carries last week, and I don't even know how many yards he had, but I know it wasn't a lot. Don't think he got in the end zone, so we're going to sit him this week against the Eagles. Fat Eddie, sit him. Isaiah Crowell, he only scored like 4 points last week. He's gone up against a Tennessee defense who has not allowed a lot of points to opposing running backs. One of the better defenses in the league. I'd sit him this week. Jeremy Hill did shit against Dallas last week. That's right, Dallas. Whooped that ass last week. Hope you guys listen to this. Dallas whooped that ass. And look for Jeremy Hill not to do anything against the Patriots this week. TJ Yeldon has not performed very well this year. He's been a big disappointment. And the Bears, I think, past 2 out of 3 weeks, they have given up 13 total points to Frank Gore and Theo Reddick. So don't look for TJ Yeldon to do anything this week. Wide receivers, we are going to start Doug Baldwin. We're going to start Larry Fitzgerald, Rashad Matthews, Calvin Benjamin, and Brandon Cooks. Seattle's offense, like I said, has been playing better. Atlanta's defense has been suspect to the pass, giving up 20-something points to opposing wide receivers. So go ahead and start Doug Baldwin this week. Larry Fitzgerald, he has scored 15 points in I think like at least 3 contests this year. Great. I don't give a shit.
Dick.
Yeah, great.
You get a dick over here, guys.
The fuck was I saying? Larry Fitzgerald has scored like 15 points in 3 games this year. Against the Jets, I would go ahead and start him. Rashad Matthews against the Browns. I like Marcus Mariota, and one of the receivers got to eat this week, and it's going to be Matthews. Calvin Benjamin, look for him to get back on track against the Saints. And Brandon Cooks, he has disappeared after week 1, but I like him this week. He's going to have a bounce back week. Start him. sits. Jeremy Curley has played well the past 2 weeks, but sit him this week in Colin Kaepernick's return at the helm against Buffalo. Shut up. Your bro with a fro sucks. That ugly piece of shit.
I don't care. He ain't ugly. You're just jealous.
Yeah, all right. Tyrell Williams. I don't like Phillip Rivers against the Chargers against the Broncos. So go ahead and sit him. Deshaun Jackson has probably scored about 6-7 points the past 2 weeks. I know because I got his piece of shit ass from Colby in our league champions. And he hasn't done anything for me, so I'm going to sit him this week, and I think you should too. Terrell Pryor, he has played well in the absence of Corey Coleman. But going up against Tennessee, who has one of the better defenses in the league overall. Haven't given up many touchdowns to opposing wide receivers this year. And the Browns, I don't even know who they have at quarterback, but it's not a great situation. I'd sit him this week. Randall Cobb, yes, we all know he had a good week this week, but you know what? Not this week. Sorry. You know who they're playing? Them boys. And I'm sorry, Colby, but them boys are going to whoop that ass. All right? You can hold me to those words, too, because they are. Speaking of, we got to come up with a little bet for this week's game. All right? Maybe you can run around in a little tutu or something if they lose. I don't fucking know. Hey, as a matter of fact, I will mail you my Ezekiel Elliott jersey. Of course, you have to pay for it. You have to wear that jersey, and you have to say Ezekiel Elliott is the best running back in the league. All right? Catch you later, homie. Shut the hell up. Tight ends. Jimmy Graham has had a resurgence past couple of weeks. He's caught a couple touchdowns, had 100 yards receiving. I'd start him this week. Marty B. I know Tony was happy with his performance last week. Only had like 60 yards, but he also did have 3 touchdowns. Put up like 25 fantasy points. With Tom Brady back, that offense is going to be a lot better. I know with the second string, third string quarterback, Marty B only had 1 good week. Chris Hogan was another one who only had 1 good week. But look for that offense to change drastically with Tom Brady back. Start Marty B this week. And Kobe Fleener. Start him against the suspect-ass Carolina Panthers defense. Yes, that's right, Dave. The Carolina Panthers defense is suspect, and it sucks. I think they've actually given up about 30 points to receivers past couple of weeks. You might want to check your boys. Sit-ums. Antonio Gates, sit him. Hunter Henry has been playing well as of late. I don't think Antonio Gates is going to be seeing too many more
Really, dude.
carries. What are you doing?
Moving stuff over so I can sit down and fold the laundry.
Oh, well, I'm going to be playing Madden in a little bit, so. Zach Ertz
Well, I'll fold until you play.
just came back from his injury. I think he only had like 3 points last week. I'd sit him this week. And Dennis Pitta, aside from his little 100-yard performance a few weeks ago, he is definitely garbage this week. Garbage. Do not start him. I would never start him again. No, you get guys like Colby trying to fucking shed off dead weight Dennis Pitta, who is exactly who we thought he was, a piece of shit. On to defenses. No, I said I was gonna run through this shit. I'm fucking jibber jabbing over here. Shut the hell up. Anyway, defenses, we're gonna start the Cards against the Jets.
Don't talk like that.
The Bills against the 49ers. We're gonna start the Panthers. The Panthers. No, we're not gonna start the Panthers, Dave. That was a mistake. That was operator error. Pittsburgh Steelers. And we're gonna start the Titans against the Browns. Who we are gonna sit though? We are gonna sit the Panthers. We're gonna sit the Chiefs, and we're gonna sit the Cincinnati Bengals. Look for Tom Brady to torch that ass. Kickers. We are gonna start Graham Gano though, Dave. We're gonna start him this week. We're gonna start my boy Dan Bailey. Steven Hauschka. Novak against the Colts. And we're going to start Adam Vinatieri.
Move your foot, please.
My fucking foot's in the way?
Yeah, I was actually going to put something there, so...
What were you going to put there?
Oh, the towel.
Alright.
I wouldn't have actually moved your foot if I wasn't putting it there.
Where was I? Siddums for the kickers. We're going to sit Nugent, who was a piece of shit last week and only got me 2 points. I didn't need him, but he's still a piece of shit. We're going to sit Prater. And we're going to sit Josh Brown. You might as well say John Brown, too, because he's another piece of shit. You got that, Brandon? Piece of shit. Just like your boy Michael Floyd. No, you know what? I actually like Michael Floyd. He has... Yeah, alright. Michael Floyd, I like him a lot. He's just been a huge disappointment this year. Absolutely huge disappointment. Check your boy. As a matter of fact, Arizona Cardinals have been a disappointment. What are they? 2-3. Struggling offense. David Johnson is the only bright spot of your offense, along with Larry Fitzgerald, who I love. But remember, Brandon, Cowboys top, Cardinals bottom. Check you later, homie. Peace.